Well, hello. I'm Zaccura and welcome back to my channel, and today I have a special video situation. Not only because I am recording this in real time, which I have not done in a long time, but because today I am taking a step away from regular illustration to focus on a different art form of which I have never tried my hand at before. Calligraphy. Right here you can see this calligraphy masterclass instructional book and art accessory kit, which I impulse buyed at the ever amazing price of $5. Now, one might be skeptical about a $5 kit, and they may come to the realization of not to expect too much from this sort of kit. But seeing as I am already an artist, and you know, I've got a pretty good hand, and plus I have some extra practice with I know how to use these dip pens. I have never used these cartridge pens, but I already know how to draw, at least with these pens, and I would say that my cursive work is quite good. I used to write in journals all the time in cursive, so I'm expecting a lot from this kit. So the question is, can I learn calligraphy from this $5 kit? Let's see. So let's open this box, see what we got going in here. There is no tape. Oh dear. I hope I didn't get one that somebody else already opened. That'd be a short video. I opened it and it's empty. Oh, we have things. There are things. Dun 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 dun. That's much smaller than the box. I mean, you could really seriously downsize on the box space, people. Like, that's much smaller. But okay, it seems everything's in here in this packet. We have the pen, we have the cartridges, and we have the nibs, and of course the calligraphy masterclass beginner's guide to be. Oh, it's a beginner's guide. Darn it, guys, I'm only gonna be a beginner after this. I wanna be a master. Okay. Alright. There's no instructional, thing to how to put this together, so I'm gonna assume that it's in this beginner's guide on how to assemble my pen, because I am going to break it otherwise. So let's zoom in here so you guys can actually, see what I'm seeing. Oh, here, yeah, this is the instructions on how to assemble this. Number 1, choose an ink cartridge in your preferred color. Oh snap, there's so many colors. Just take them all out. Oh no, my camera! It's running out of battery! Now, which of these colors? So this is maybe I shouldn't be doing this over the book. Okay. I think I'm gonna go for red. That used to be my favorite color. That's what we're gonna do. Step 2. Take your chosen nib and press the tapered end of the ink cartridge into the barrel until you hear a click. Right, now they did not specify which nib for me to use. Wait a minute, actually I think there's one in here. Oh, the screw up? Am I just gonna be sitting here? Okay. Oh, there is something in there. This is awkward. Okay, wait, we'll just screw that back on. Oh shoot, I forgot to turn on my microphone. Oh no. Okay, we are back to high definition audio. Hello, my Zaccura viewers, and welcome back to WROR. Oh, we have a nib on this channel. Yes, there is a nib attached to this pen. Okay, wait. Alright, so we're gonna take this, press the tapered end of the ink cartridge into the barrel until you hear a click. So we're just gonna... Oh, that's really hard. Am I doing this wrong? What the hell? Oh, there we go. It's just really hard. Okay, it's in there now. Then, press your pen nib on some scrap paper. Oh, I have no scrap paper. Be right back. I just realized you guys can still hear me because the microphone is attached to my head. So how's it going, guys? How's the weather where you are? Is it nice? Yeah, I found some paper back here. Alright, we have scrap paper. So, press your pen nib on some scrap paper. Okay, Sorry, I'm like breathing heavily into this mic. Whew, what a workout to get that paper from my printer, man. It's like 4 feet away. Now, nothing's coming out. Nothing's coming out, guys. Oh, okay, draw lines until some ink comes through. So I'm just gonna draw lines. Oh, whoa, there we go. Oh my gosh, it works. Look, let's see if I can. A fancy A. Look at that. I'm already a master. Don't even need this kit. $5. You are so worth it. Now we are going to actually learn some proper calligraphy. And that's a lot of reading. I think we'll just skip that. Oh, okay, fine. If I actually want to learn something, I guess I'll do some reading.
My dictionary says that calligraphy means beautiful handwriting, but these days calligraphy is a lot more than that because letters can also be engraved into glass, carved into stone and wood, modeled in clay and created as pop-up sculptures. What?
You can create pop-up sculptures out of calligraphy? Since when, man?
A single letter can also be decorated to produce a bookmark gift featuring the initial letter of someone's name or just work of art, blah 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 blah. You don't need to sell it to me, I already bought it, man. Where's the learning part? Here we go.
What you need to get started? You don't need that much to get started. Cool. I don't like having a lot of things. I imagine that you'll use normal fountain pen ink for some time. Black or dark blue, or any dark color, are best because they show up well on the paper. Well, yeah, I totally did not do that, man. This is red. This ain't. Oh, you imagined wrong, pan flip. You don't know me. You won't produce a masterpiece for a while. Yeah, right. I'm gonna produce one like today. Clearly, this book is written by somebody. Is it Hinkler? Here's the author. I found it. I found the master. I found Peter Tyler-sensei. That is who we're learning from today. Okay, Tyler-sensei. That is how I shall refer to master from now on. Also in my recommended kit of things to start with are more items you'll probably already have. A ruler. I can get that. Ruler. Clear. Plastic. Two HB pencils. I will just use a normal pencil. Sticky tape. Why do we need sticky tape? Okay, fine. Tyler-sensei says we need sticky tape. I will get sticky tape. Scissors. Scissors. A side of a cardboard box? What the? Come on, man. Tyler-sensei. Alright. I actually just so happen to have a piece of cardboard that I have because it's nice now. Okay. Alright, we have everything that I need. Everything. Ooh, is this Tyler-sensei? Writing board and surface. Oh, I see. The way Tyler-sensei is holding it. There's like, here, let me see if you guys can see that. See, there's like this board, and then he just basically like puts it against the table so you get a slanted position. Okay, so I'm supposed to actually do this on a slanted table. That means we have to go move over there to my art table and do this because my art table is slanted. So, okay, yeah, we gotta do it right? We gotta do it right. All right, we have relocated. Calligraphy pens work best and you get better results if the writing paper has a little bit of give or springiness under it. So it's a good idea to create a pad where you will write. Interesting. Some calligraphers cover nearly their whole board in 10 or more sheets of flat newspaper and tape a large sheet of cartridge paper over the top for cleanliness. That is so interesting. I never knew about that. I'll have to try that sometime, but not today because I need to become a master and I need to become a master right now. I have no time to go and allocate paper. But before I actually go into the first lesson, I want to actually write something. Maybe I'll copy this. After I'm like done with this book and I did all the lessons and everything, I'm gonna try to rewrite it and see if how much I improved or not. Like we'll see. I'll just do like the first part of this quote here. Let me zoom in. All things shall melt away and turn into songs. I'll just do that one piece. Phew. Okay, we'll just cheat and put the tail. Okay. It's so hard to get the ink flowing. I don't think I left myself enough space. And it has a little whoosh. Yeah, that actually looks exactly like the book. I am so proud. The way it looks, it's that little whooshy, and look at my little whooshy. It's exactly the same. Yeah. Ha. All right. That only took me like 20 minutes. I think I'm getting the hang of this. You know, I'm falling into a groove, and that's what. Oh, I put this way too high. I have no space to write away now. So I'm just gonna skip that word. It's just gonna say shall melt. The word away never existed. Cha. Yeah, it's nothing like the book. And the U. Ooh, that didn't feel good. Scrape the paper on that one. That N kind of just goes right into that R. Yeah. That looks okay. Everything's fine. Oh, and another one of these famous swooshies. Yeah! Those swooshies are so fun to write. I also now have no space to write songs. Great, now I have to put it down here. My visual space, like, I'm not very good at eyeballing, apparently. There we go. Like, that's not bad, honestly. Like, it doesn't look very much like the original. There's the original right there. You can see, like, it's a lot more professional. Like, it took advantage of it, how thick the pen was to properly, like, make things spaced correctly. Mine's, like, really thin and skinny. Definitely need some help on the sizing in comparison to the pen, because I made him way too tall. Then I had to omit a word and move this word down here because I cannot eyeball anything. But yeah, so we're gonna see if at the end of this book and at the end of this lesson, all of these lessons, if I will eventually be able to write this as better. We'll see. We will see. So now it's time to actually get into the first lesson, and funny enough, before we actually get into the calligraphy part, they taught me, actually no, not they, Tyler-sensei, very important that you guys know that, taught me how to make my own ruled paper. Draw a stack. A stack is just some straight lines. Ooh, if I can even do straight lines. Of the... This is intense. So apparently that's gonna be like my width of the paper, of the lines. They're gonna be... I cannot speak well. So that's supposed to be how large the letters are going to be. Yeah. Ta-da! So this is my ruled paper. You're technically supposed to do this for the entire sheet, but I am lazy and I want to get to the calligraphy. I'm such a bad student. I'm like literally doing the opposite of everything a student should be doing. You know, not reading everything, rushing through everything, being impatient, but that's the way I roll. I'm sorry, Tyler-sensei. I respect you. So let's actually do some calligraphy. Let's read a little from the book. Try to get into the habit of always pulling or sliding the pen. Oh! So they actually do it, they would like write a letter C instead of writing it like this. They would write it in 2 strokes. They do like this and then like that. Whoa, that's so weird. Maybe I should zoom in for this. This is monumental. Dun, 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 dun. And then... Yeah! I put it a little too far on the top, but yeah! Okay, let's try an S. The S is complicated. It's like... Oh yeah! That's like so much harder to write than with your pencil. Wow, that's really hard. Okay, but it looks pretty darn cool. The G, the capital G. It's like... All right, we are getting somewhere already, man. Look at the difference between this S and this S. Like, I need to work. I am learning! Now what do I do, Tyler-sensei? I am in the mood now of learning. You got my attention. Alright, look at this. I am a calligraphy person now. That's my title. I want a badge. Calligraphy person. Now let's try the complete alphabet. Alright! I am ready for this. And we apparently start with O and M. That's not the alphabet that I know of, but that's how we're gonna start. Okay, we'll start with O and M. Boom! Oh, I don't want to fall that on the floor. So there's my first alphabet. My hand is cramping. But that looks pretty good. Like that, like there are some issues here and there. I put the T way too close to the S. They mentioned that spacing is really important, and I tried my best, and I think I was pretty on point at the beginning. And then the G's were a little, and then for the most part, it was pretty okay. These two could probably be a little farther apart. And then the T and the S are way too close. And then, like, these three letters look pretty bomb. The W isn't perfect, though. And yeah, I mean, that looks pretty good. Like, if I saw that printed on something, I'd be like, yeah, Toll Master. I think it's pretty good. Just the downside is that took me, like, freaking, how long did that take me? It took me 25 minutes. We are gonna move on to, letters and punctuation now. Alright, so we're gonna do the letters. Now they say you can make letters. Oh no, my camera ran out of battery. Okay, we're back. One is literally just one stroke. You just go up and like that. Kind of. And then two would go a little higher. You go down and whoop. Yeah. This looks hard. Three is weird. Okay, three goes like whoop, and then there's a little loopy. It goes under whoop, and whoop. Four is like super simple. It's just like the way you draw normally, except his looks way better. This is intense, guys. Yeah. This is really satisfying, oh my god. Oh. It's okay. Yeah. So if you wanted to say 1983, which it's totally not in the book. Don't look at that. I totally just came up with that number right now. It would be like. Oh yeah. That looks. Yes. Now we're going to move on to capital letters, and it says even expert calligraphers can struggle with drawing elegant capitals to match foundational small letters. So it would be a little taller, so I don't really have a guideline for it, but we'll just kind of about it. This alphabet is straightforward but not easy. Take your time. But the difficulty rating is still 1 pen nib. And if this is not easy, then what will be 2 pen nibs or 3 pen nibs? I'm very nervous. But I know Tyler-sensei has faith in me, so I shall have faith in him. Okay, so they all start a little high. Oh, there's a hair on this. They're all like here maybe. Oh, that was supposed to be 1 stroke. Whoops! Now you just go down. Whoop, and then go down. Ooh, I messed that up. It's alright, it's just a little bit of a wobbly one. It's not perfectly straight. Yeah! That's a pretty good looking D right there. pretty snackish. I don't know I can't keep up with slang nowadays. It's like, it looks like a snack. That D is on fleek. Okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry, I'll stop. This is so satisfying. I can't even, like, watching people write in calligraphy is super satisfying, and if you just don't mind the hand cramps, watching yourself write this kind of calligraphy is actually really satisfying by itself too. It's just also a little scary and hurtful, and yes. I bet like anyone who knows how to like do calligraphy is probably like, oh my god, Zaccura, you're not supposed to be hurting while doing calligraphy, you're doing something wrong. Like, seriously, ease up on the pressure. I think I'm getting wider and wider as the alphabet goes. You need to stop this. They're getting too big. Stop getting so big. And I'm run out of line space, so we're just gonna continue down here and pray that I can get it kind of straight. Because we don't need lines here. I'm already a pro. Yeah, just cover it up, So why do I keep making my S's like this? Like, their S's are super like straight and bouncy, and mine's just like falling over, drunkard. I think they're still getting huge. Why do I keep wanting to draw so ginormous? Boom. Yeah, I mean, it was looking good, and then it just kind of got larger and larger and larger and worse and worse. I don't know what happened. Wait, but there's a few more, how do you call it, the little symbols. I do the thimbles. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn, this takes 6 steps to write the little and symbol. Bam, cha-ching. That's a pretty bogus S. Oh, this is like the euro sign. Man, the euro money sign is like so much more attractive than the American dollar sign. Like, look at these lines. Like, look at that. It's so fancy. All right, well, that is, I can't open it. It's like, hit something over there. Make sure nobody's around me while I'm doing calligraphy, or else I am dangerous with pens, sharp objects. All right, so I mean, that's what I did. And you know what? Like, I think I'm going to stop for today and then continue with this book later, because I mean, I've only gotten through the first section, the first type of font. I actually learned a lot about how to write all these letters in a very specific way, and like how to space them and how to keep them neat and how to do that. I mean, I still can't get over how nice this looks. So yeah, I'm gonna keep practicing, and I'm going to continue this book tomorrow. Hey, hi, how's it going? It's voiceover Zaccy. So I decided to do most of the rest of the video in time-lapse because the stuff I did was pretty similar to what I did on day 1, and because, you know, this video is already long enough as it is, I think. So for day 2, I ended up doing a few more repeats of the alphabet and numbers, except this time they were in a few different font styles. The first being Gothic. I feel like Gothic is such a distinct and icon-ish style in the world of calligraphy. Everybody knows what it is when they see it, so I was excited to try my hand at it. But honestly, out of all of the different styles I tried in the book, Gothic was one of the harder ones for me personally, even though Tyler-sensei still gave it a mere 1 pen nib rating of difficulty. The structure of the letters is made out of straight lines and sharp corners and serifs, and everything is really squished together. And apparently those are exactly the things that are hard for me to draw. It's so weird because I think people usually consider drawing things that are swoopy and round and flowy to be more advanced and difficult. But I think it just goes to show it's all about what you practice, because I personally have a lot more experience when it comes to drawing round things. I draw a lot of figures and everything about the human body is round, but I hardly do any like graphic arts or logos. So even with my years of illustration experience, I still can't draw straight lines. I mean, I did get it eventually, and honestly, looking back at the footage now, I do think I did a lot better than I thought at the time. I was just being a bit of a perfectionist because they didn't come out looking exactly like the ones in the book. But I mean, I think they still look gothic-ish, or gothish, I guess. After gothic, I did italic font. And you know, before reading Tyler-sensei's pan flip, I always thought italic just meant like the slanted version of any font, you know, hashtag era of Microsoft Word. But apparently italic is just another font, and it just became sort of synonymous with the slanted thing, because if you write fast in italic, then you will naturally start to make it slanted because of just the way we hold our pens. So yeah, that's a tiny history lesson that I derived from an already tiny history lesson that Tyler-sensei put in this tiny booklet. Moving on. And the last font style I did was called something that I can't quite pronounce. The next font is called Unsile. Unsile. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at like reading things, apparently. I don't know, guys. I am terrible at pronunciation. This one was fun. I feel like it looks like the font that you tend to see in a lot of old mystical fantasy stories. Like, it's very Lord of the Rings, especially the capitals, and also, I don't know why, but for some reason when I look at these letters, it just reminds me of Irish. I think I've just seen a lot of signs that have Irish pubs or something that have like this kind of font. I have no idea why. Maybe I'm being like totally wrong, and all you people of Irish descent is looking at this video right now with a raised eyebrow. I'm sorry. Yeah, what can I say? I've seen a lot of Irish pubs that use this esque of font styling in their signs. Sorry. And that was the end of day 2. And finally, for the last day in this rushed course on calligraphy, it was finally time to get fancy and try out some flourishes. But first, there was this one last alphabet in the pan flip that Tyler-sensei referred to as modern Versal letters. And it was an alphabet in all caps that looked seemingly simple, but had the difficulty rating of 3 pen nibs, which is supposed to be the hardest in this pan flip. And I guess I see why, because mine ended up just looking like a kid's homework from 1st grade. But also, I was really confused by this one because unlike the prior alphabets, this one had no stroke pattern guidelines accompanying the letters. And Tyler-sensei was like, for these letters, you're gonna need to change the angle of your pen here and there. But there was like no explanations, and I had no idea why this alphabet was put in the creative and decorative letters part of the book. It doesn't look very fancy. I'm sure there is some reason, but like it didn't explain anything, so I was just like, what? Why am I doing this? But right after that, it was on to the part I was really waiting for, the flourishes. Now, this is where the book kinda officially stops teaching and really just starts giving a bunch of tips on how to use flourishes so they make your work look cool but not like overly done or forced, which was slightly disappointing. But I mean, to tyler-sensei's defense, the flourishes are supposed to be an advanced thing. It's art, it's the part where you can do whatever you want, so there is no one way to do it. And as long as you practice and get good at the fundamentals, which I totally didn't do, then you'll be totally equipped to do whatever flourishes your heart desires. But as an impatient student who wants to become a master right away, it would have been nice to have a few more step-by-step tutorials on maybe like a few fancy flourished words, maybe even like a whole sentence. And even though they would just be like a very specific flourished word that one guy made up for that one time, and it wouldn't really teach me at all how to like come up with my own flourishes, at least that way I could get a grasp on the concept and mindset behind it. But that's just like personally like the way I tend to learn better, so I mean I can't expect like a pan flip to just know exactly what it needs to teach me in order for me to learn. But there was at least a few tutorials on some odds and ends that could be added onto certain kinds of letters, like a few different ways you can add a flourish to the bottom of a G or a Y, or to the top of an H or a B. And I had some fun trying to eyeball copy a few fancy words that tyler-sensei had written in the book. And I also tried to draw the L from Death Note, but it wasn't happening, so I gave up and just drew a chibi L. And after skipping a few things that my rushing beginner mindset dictated was not vital to learning calligraphy, I was officially finished with this $5 masterclass. Now there was only one last thing to do. It's time for the fate that I don't know what I'm talking about. It's time for me to rewrite that thing that I wrote. Hold on, let me go get it. This thing. All things shall melt and turn into songs. I'm going to try to rewrite that now and see how well I do. So let's see if I've improved at all within these last 3 days of practice. Oops. Okay, well, I messed up on that one. So what we're gonna do, that was just the practice round. We're actually going to do it on this piece of paper. You see, forget about that. But now we're gonna do it seriously. Okay, guys, what I'm gonna do here, actually, I'm going to draw myself some lines. This is something that tyler-sensei taught me, is that, and then after you're done, you can just erase the pencil lines, and it looks like you're just a badass. I totally messed something up again. Ugh, why is it so hard to spell things right? When you're so concentrated. Ah! Oh my gosh, okay, we're gonna try this one more time. We have one more shot at this, people. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna speak out the letters as I write them, so that hopefully that will keep me from messing up. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be saying the letters. Okay, A, G, L, O. Man, this is a spelling bee. T. I'm like so nervous now because of how many times I messed this up that all my letters are like kind of shaky, which is kind of sad. U, R. How do you spell not my friend? I think speaking out these letters is working for me. G. I'm kind of speeding up now because I got all excited. Oh no, my camera ran out of battery again. S. We're back! Hey, how's it going? Now we'll just sneakily erase these lines. Oh, crap. There it is! I think that's a pretty good improvement. Like, this was the first one. You know, it's kind of skinny and like whatever, but Like I said before, you know, not bad. It's not bad at all for never having done calligraphy, but that's like much better. I really did learn something from this book. And that's just from like 3 days of practice. So I betcha if I continue to practice this more and more and more and like really start to experiment more, I could get good at this much better. This book definitely gave me something. Like, it gave me the foundations of like the basics of calligraphy, like just understanding how to construct letters and like how big to make things in comparison to the width and the nib width. And you learn calligraphy from a $5 kit, and I'd say the answer is yeah. I actually totally recommend this kit if you want a crash course on the basics of calligraphy, but I would put the emphasis on the basics because once I got to the flourishes part of the book, I kind of felt like it stopped teaching and was really more like, look at the possibilities calligraphy can have. Also, there was pretty much no actual practice homework. The book is pretty much just like, this is how you do it, moving on. So it's really up to you to practice on your own. If you're someone who likes having a step-by-step course to learn something, then this definitely isn't it. I mean, nor should it be. I mean, like for $5, if you can learn anything, that's pretty awesome. So I feel like if I had already known the basics of calligraphy, then I wouldn't have gotten much out of this kit at all other than the pen itself, which is pretty cool, I'll admit. But because I knew nothing about calligraphy to begin with, I actually ended up getting a really nice crash course in the basic techniques and mindset of how to get into calligraphy. So yeah, there's my little review on this kit right here. I would recommend it, but only to total beginners who don't even have like a calligraphy pen and don't know nothing, like me. Tyler-sensei will put you on the right track. This kit is by Hinkler. www.hinkler.com. I actually bought it in store, so I have no idea like if it's a different price online, then I'm sorry. Well, that's all I've got for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. If you'd like to follow me on social media, all links that are in the description box. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, stay awesome, stay inspired, always. See ya!